Yo, what's going on, ballas? How you guys doing? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're pretty much going to try and finish up the CT. We still have the height sensors to do, the airlines to run, and we also have to route the height sensor harness. The height sensor harness and the airline should be pretty straightforward. But before we start, I want to show you guys what just came in. I am so hyped on this new drop, guys. So hyped. Check it out. Right now I have the new lucrative company Dream Chaser Money Maker hoodie. So go ahead and head over to the website, hit the card over here, and cop yourself a hoodie before it all runs out. We also have some t-shirts as well. Let me go ahead and take this hoodie off and show you guys. So here, guys, we have the new Dream Chaser on the right sleeve, Money Maker on the left sleeve, the lucrative company logo on the back. These are gonna be the new original t-shirts. Very excited on this drop. This is gonna be the one, man. This is the OG tee right here because it's got the OG logo. This whole t-shirt design was honestly inspired by my Taoist beliefs and yin and yang. The right arm represents the dream and passiveness, and the left arm over here represents fire and strength and money, obviously, right? We need money to survive, but what drives us is our dream. And if you noticed, the lucrative logo is in a circle because I personally believe the circle embodies, you know, life, our planet, and, you know, the Taoist symbol, yin and yang, is also a circle. So I'm trying to embody that whole mentality and idea of balance in life. A lucrative company has always been about chasing your dreams and doing what you love and seeking what you find is most profitable in your life. And that's why I have Dream Chaser Money Maker on these sleeves, baby. It's lit. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys love this drop as much as I do. So please head over to the website with a link over here or in the link in the description below and cop yourself a t-shirt and a hoodie and support your boy. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Let's go ahead and continue with today's video and get this CT on the ground because I'm itching to see this car on the ground. Check this out, guys. So if we're looking at the rear gas tank, I want to say, all in front of that we have the plastic covers off, which expose the fuel lines right here, and we can actually zip tie the airlines and the height sensor harness to these fuel lines, which then will get covered, which is really nice, very convenient. Don't need to do any crazy fancy mounting. Zip ties will be just fine. Just so you guys have an idea of how this plastic cover looks, it's gonna look like this. There's two pieces, and you're gonna have these weird tabs where you're just gonna wanna take a big flathead and then unscrew it. It's really convenient. The way these tabs work is really cool. When you put them on, you just kind of push it on, and then it clips in place, and then to remove it, you have to unscrew it. So as far as airline routing and height sensor harness routing, I'm gonna go ahead and stick all the airlines and the height sensor harnesses through this grommet right here. It is very accessible in the rears. We have the management block right here, and it's literally to the right of that. To give you guys a better idea of where it's located, your CT may have this orange thing. Literally right below it is this grommet, and if you guys remove this grommet, you guys will see the floor through that grommet. So we can literally run everything through that, which is very nice and convenient. I would recommend trimming like an X to slit this rubber piece, because if you guys remove the grommet completely, the airlines could rub up against this thin sheet metal, and you could puncture it or slice it over time if it wiggles. There are other ways around that. You could put like electrical tape around this edge here if you just want to remove this completely. It will be more convenient to slip the airline and harness through it, but it may or may not be as safe as just, you know, slitting this grommet right here. So here, guys, we have the airlines and the height sensor harness leading to the front, basically with leading to the front and strapped to the fuel lines. And if we follow the fuel lines all the way up there, we're gonna see this little chassis or subframe brace is what it looks like. And we're gonna go above that little brace and then go up to the airbag. So that was really nice, really straightforward. We have this little hook thing right here too, which we can kind of zip tie the airline to make sure it doesn't rub the wheel at all. So that's kind of how it looks for the driver's side. And then if we go over here for the passenger side, we have the airline and the harness running with this orange or yellow, I think it's orange, electrical wire. I have no idea what that harness could be, but it flows all the way to the front, so I ended up strapping the airline and the height sensor harness to this orange thing. And to get here, I went and routed the airline and the harness over the rear subframe. So if we look at where everything is coming out of, which I showed you in the beginning, it's that little grommet in the trunk. Everything is running out of that grommet, and I basically threw the airlines and the front harnesses basically over the rear subframe and then over to where I was showing you earlier. I basically just fed it through and found the best spot. You can kind of choose whatever you guys want. Sorry about this orientation, guys. But basically all I did was threw it over the rear subframe and just made sure it cleared any moving parts like the lower control arm, upper control arm, tow arms, and then just ran it straight to the harness and the fuel pump lines. And then if we look at the rear bags, what you guys will see is there's an airline coming up from the bottom of the bag. Because the airline comes up from the bottom of the bag, I went and connected the airline to the bag first before I installed it. Made it a lot easier. And then I routed this airline basically, I would say to the right of the upper control arm. So it's kind of like tucked up there, but it basically goes up to the top of the rear subframe and then goes straight up to that hole again. So I hope this helps, guys. My camera doesn't really catch all this darkness too well, so I can't really show you guys specifically how it looks clearly. So here is where the front sensor is located. I went ahead and drilled the lower control arm to that hole and basically put a long bolt that Airlift offers in their kit, and then used the first hole, and the travel looks to be adequate. So that's what we're gonna go with. This height sensor location is based off what Jackie's seller used to run before he sold the bags to Jackie, so I'm just kind of going based off what he ran, and he mounted it right there. My concern is that, you know, the brake line kind of, you know, being there hanging on top of the arm, I'm wondering if it's gonna eventually cause a hole, but I don't think it will. It should be okay. It doesn't really move that much, so it should be all right. I hope this helps any of you CT200H owners. If you guys are trying to bag your CT on your own, this is a recommended spot for height sensor location. Check it out, guys. Got the height sensors mounted, looking good. I'll go ahead and show you guys how to use the sensor tool to see if the range is okay. So if we go to setup and then we go to sensor tool, everything else says low range or whatever, but the FR front right says not found. And that means that the harness or something's going on where the management is not able to read the front right height sensor. And I noticed that the only difference between the front right and everything else is that the plug on the harness is very different and it feels a little bit jank. So what that means now is we're gonna have to run this car on a 3P management, which isn't a big deal. Like, at least the height sensors are all mounted up, everything's good until Jackie can replace the front right harness. Then we will be able to run a 3H setup. But for now, he's just gonna have to settle with 3P. It's not bad though, 3P is pretty decent. I'm pretty sure all he cares about is the air out and just parking hard, so it works out. These issues are just what you're gonna have to deal with when you buy a used kit. Jackie did get this kit for such a good deal, so I'm pretty sure buying one height sensor harness isn't gonna like hurt him at all. So just so you guys can understand what I'm talking about, this is how the front right height sensor harness looks like. Now that is not really what it's supposed to look like. This definitely looks like some aftermarket Bootsy plug, which is probably why it's not reading. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have ever dealt with this style harness before and if it works, or if you guys have similar problems. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap it up for today's video. Everything is done. Unfortunately, I kind of lost the little valve nut that kind of keeps the airline on one of the bags, so I can't really finish the job today. So the job's gonna have to wait until tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.